Central.
You're watching KETV Channel 7 Omaha. More complete coverage. This is KETV NewsWatch 7 at 10.
This piece of land is owned by the city of Omaha. So why is it standing in the way of riverfront development? The answer could cost taxpayers millions of dollars. We investigate in tonight's big story. Good evening. I'm Rob McCartney.
And I'm Julie Cornell. The city of Omaha could pay big for a decision that was made 5 years ago.
That's when a piece of land owned by the city was leased out. The land is now needed for riverfront development. KETV NewsWatch 7's Tom Elser is working on tonight's big story. He's live at City Hall. Tom?
Well, Rob, getting that land back could cost the city between $3 and $10 million. Some say this could have been prevented. This is the piece of land in question. It's called the Port of Omaha and is owned by the city. It's located right across the street from the Convention Center project. The land is important because part of it will be used for the Gallup organization's new campus. Here's the problem. 5 years ago, the city leased the property. It was a decision made by the dock board, despite strong opposition by the city council and mayor. We're told many on the dock board thought riverfront development was only a dream. But now that dream has come true. The result? The city has to get that land back, but at least 5 years remain on the lease. The city is offering around $3 million to buy out the lease. Sources say the company, Trifinery, wants nearly $10 million. As we mentioned, this will cost the city at least $3 million. No word on where that money will come from. The mayor's office would not comment today because of legal reasons. They're in the middle of negotiating with the company that holds the lease, Rob.
Now, Tom, you mentioned the decision to lease the property was made by the dock board. Exactly what is the dock board?
Well, it's a board appointed by the city council to oversee the Port of Omaha.
Okay, Tom Elser, thanks.
You're welcome.
Kimberly Faust will spend the rest of her life in prison. A 3-judge panel announced the sentence today. Faust was found guilty of killing her estranged husband's girlfriend, Shannon Bloom, and the man who tried to rescue her, Bob Parmenter. The judges could have sentenced Faust to death, but they didn't. What kept Faust from the electric chair? KETV NewsWatch 7's Tricia Moret is on the story. She's live here in the Newsplex.
Well, there are several factors that judges look at when deciding if a convicted killer should get the death penalty or not. Today, the judges decided that Faust's children, her past, and the way that she killed her victims will keep her from the electric chair.
And if you look at Kim Faust as a person, she's not really comparable to those on death row right now.
Kim Faust's attorneys call it a win. Their client won't face the electric chair after a 3-judge panel spends months looking at 16 different aggravating and mitigating factors. Some of the most compelling. They look at whether the killer is mentally ill. Faust, the judges say, shows small signs of instability. Faust had no prior arrest record and no history of committing any crimes. The judges also examined how gruesome or excessive the murders are. In this case, the judges say the murders were not torturous. Kimberly Faust's character weighs into the judge's decision too. They decided Faust gave a lot to society and has 3 kids who need a mom.
I can't tell you how disappointed I am.
The victims' families don't agree with the sentence.
I don't think she got what she deserved.
They argue the sentence isn't fair. Bob Parmenter and Shannon Bloom are dead, and Faust gets to live.
And she's going to get to see her kids. And my daughter is not getting to see her kids. And to me, that's just not right.
Where they have 3 good meals a day, they have a good place to stay, they have their recreation, they have their life.
Now, the victims' families told us they think that Faust didn't get the death penalty simply because she's a woman. Well, we talked with judges and attorneys across the state. They told us it's tough to sentence someone to the electric chair and that the death penalty should be used as an exception to first-degree murder and not the rule.
Tricia, thank you.
New tonight, NewsWatch 7 has learned a Douglas County corrections officer is on administrative leave after being arrested for obstructing justice. Sources tell us police were called to Lieutenant Douglas Squire's home to check out a suspected domestic dispute in which a gun was involved. Squires allegedly told them nothing happened and no gun was involved, but a search turned one up. And neighbors told police there was an incident at the home. Squires has been at the correction center for at least 10 years. A suspect in an Omaha bank robbery has broken out of prison. Anthony Flowers escaped from a Sioux Falls, South Dakota jail Tuesday morning. Police say he abducted a woman, then forced her to drive him to Sioux City, Iowa. The woman was not hurt. Flowers hasn't been seen since. He was in jail on drug and weapons charges. Authorities think he may have robbed a bank in Omaha last year. He's described as extremely dangerous. If you see Anthony Flowers, you should call police.
A Council Bluffs man is accused of killing his 2-month-old son. The infant died from shaken baby syndrome. The story tops tonight's local news summary. 22-year-old Patrick Jensen is charged with first-degree murder. He told investigators the baby was in a deep sleep. He was worried the baby wasn't breathing, so he shook the infant to wake him up. The baby died Monday after he was taken off of life support. The city election is still almost 2 weeks away, but candidate Mike Fahey already cast his ballot. He voted early at the election commissioner's office today. Since 1996, people have been able to cast their ballots before Election Day, but you can only vote at the election commissioner's office. That's at 115th and Davenport.
Well, it looked like something out of a movie. A bus hijacking comes to a crashing and deadly conclusion. The dramatic video leads off our national news summary. You can see it play out on the streets of Los Angeles. It began when a man fired at police officers. He then hijacked the city bus, holding a gun to the driver's head. The bus smashes into that van, a UPS truck, and 11 cars in a parking lot. The suspect jumped out of the bus and was caught trying to carjack another vehicle. A woman in the van that was hit died. 7 others were hurt. In Florida, 4 people in a small plane found themselves just hanging around this afternoon. Their Cessna flipped onto its roof while landing. The pilot blames high winds and a malfunction in the nose gear. There were only minor injuries. And want a McLatte? How about a McCappuccino? McDonald's Restaurants has opened its first McCafe. It's in Chicago. You can get gourmet coffees and teas, even desserts. The McCafe may be new here, but it was actually first introduced in Australia in 1993.
New developments today in the downing of a U.S. Navy surveillance plane. Some American technicians get their first look at it. The latest on the situation is on the World Watch. These U.S. civilian technicians spent about 4 hours on board the plane. They were trying to figure out if it can be flown. The team's expected to continue their work tomorrow. The plane made an emergency landing in Hainan after colliding with a Chinese fighter jet. More honors tonight for the pilot of that U.S. surveillance plane. In Norfolk on Tuesday, thousands turned out for a parade in honor of Lieutenant Shane Osborne. That was followed by fireworks. Tonight, Nebraska Governor Mike Johans was scheduled to present an award to Osborne. Time now for an early look at the weather. Chief Meteorologist Bill Ramby joins us with tonight's upfront forecast.
A little quieter tonight than last night, though we do have a few showers showing up on Super Doppler 7 radar, and even a little thunder shower just south of Villisca. That's in the northern part of Page County, the thunder shower just north of around Clarinda. The precipitation moving north. We'll see more rain as we get late into tonight and also into tomorrow. That's the big weather story. Some of these are going to put down heavy rain, we think, tomorrow, and stormy weather will last into the weekend. Here's how tomorrow looks specifically. Perhaps some lingering rain, and 54 at 7:30 could see a bit of a break, and then more thunderstorms coming in midday into the afternoon. 64 for the high temperature, and a wet weekend is coming up. My 7-day forecast in a bit. Julie, Rob?
Thanks, Bill. We're following up tonight on our effort to help you grab unclaimed property in the Nebraska State Treasurer's Office.
Tens of thousands have been checking the state website since our reports aired last Wednesday night.
And as we told you, it's not free money, it's found money. It's cash forgotten in old accounts or property awarded in court settlements but never claimed. State Treasurer Dave Heineman tells us his office was flooded with requests last Wednesday night.
The day after we did the story with you last week, in the next 6 hours, over 65,000 people connected to our website, many of them whom went through your website as a link to us.
Heineman says just in April, his office returned $397,000 in unclaimed property to its rightful owners. That's double what his office usually handles.
That's fabulous. And you can find out if you're on the unclaimed property list. The link to the State Treasurer's website is on our website, theomahachannel.com. And tomorrow, you can always call the office in Lincoln. The number's on your screen. It's 402-471-2455.
Well, still ahead, you may get a chance to fatten up your retirement account.
Details in tonight's financial news. Plus, we'll tell you about a sweet way to send greetings. Just use chocolate stamps.
A crime spree is caught on tape. Vandals roll videotape as they batter dozens of mailboxes. And up next, some rattlers are on the loose right here in the heartland. Find out where you might meet one of these snakes when we come back with more complete coverage. This is KETV NewsWatch 7 at 10.
KETV NewsWatch 7 at 10. More complete coverage. With Rob McCartney, Julie Cornell, Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby, and John Schutz. This is KETV NewsWatch 7 at 10.
Ford SUVs are perfect for racing around town. And to help you get into one, your Midwest Ford dealers are holding speed stakes. Check out the totally re-engineered 2002 Explorer, Expedition, and Excursion. And during speed stakes, get up to $1,500 cash back or financing as low as 0.9 on Excursion and Expedition. And speed stakes can even put you trackside with 300 pairs of tickets to the July IRL and Craftsman truck races at Kansas Speedway up for grabs. Get to your Midwest Ford dealer, the only place to buy the official truck of Kansas Speedway.
Spin City is becoming a danger zone.
I'm sick of your pranks and your practical jokes.
So many feuds.
You're right. No more. Quit.
So little time.
Well, one more.
If these combative colleagues can't get along, how will the mayor make his big announcement?
Statue of Liberty, me at your side. Caitlin back at the office blowing up balloons.
On the next Spin City.
Upstate farmhouse, me at your side. Mike back at the office blowing up his date.
Wednesday at 11:05 on KETV Channel 7.
Sometimes life has a way of making you feel, well, a little chained down. But Alltel can help you win your life back with Total Freedom plans starting at $39.95 and $50 off a Kyocera digital phone. Plus, enter today and you could win $20,000 of personal services to make your life more of a life. Alltel, the power to simplify.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go.
Try Farmland's extra tender pork from the family farms of Farmland. Extra tender, extra juicy, just the way your family loves it.
And I'll be yours through all the years, till the end of time.
Farmland, proud to be farmer owned.
There's just one isolated area left in Iowa where you can find them. Western prairie rattlesnakes live in the Broken Kettle Grassland Preserve north of Sioux City.
One researcher says urban sprawl is coming close to pushing the venomous snakes out for good. From the Iowa Bureau, KETV NewsWatch 7's Paul Fredericks shows us one scientist's fight to save the endangered species.
Nobody wants to protect them. Nobody wants to do anything to conserve them or their habitat.
There's a few folks who want to help them make a last stand.
We have a signal on one that we radio tracked last year.
This crew is tracking down the Western Prairie rattlesnake, an endangered species in Iowa.
Right there. There you go.
In fact, this grassy nature preserve north of Sioux City is the last spot in the state you'll find this species of rattlesnake.
It's about as big as they get. Between 3.5 and 4 feet is about as big as we've ever found them.
There are about 150 rattlers left here. Dan Fogel is a herpetologist with the University of Nebraska, Omaha. He's been studying these snakes for the last year.
What we're going to do, we'll put them in a plastic tube so that we can manipulate them without getting bit. They're pretty stubborn about this.
Probably the biggest danger facing this endangered species is people. People encroaching on their habitat, building new homes in this area.
You see that house right there? Yeah. That seems to be the trend up here. Ooh, big one. To have a trophy home out on a prairie, it isn't necessary. It's a waste of resources as far as I'm concerned.
This rattler researcher has a passion for venomous vipers.
Snakes in general are underdogs. They're given a bad rap, and they've been given a bad rap since biblical times. People don't understand them, and they fear them. And I honestly believe it's an irrational fear. So I have a passion for the animals because nobody else likes them.
Fogel hopes his research will spare the snakes from urban sprawl and save this last safe haven in Iowa for the prairie rattler.
They're a pretty important top predator, so something has to be done to conserve them. And if there's nobody else that's going to do it, I don't mind. I'm not afraid of them.
With more complete coverage, Paul Fredericks, KETV NewsWatch 7.
Dan Fogel says in his years of studying rattlesnakes, he's never been bit. Now the prairie rattler is endangered in Iowa, but in western Nebraska and in parts of South Dakota, the numbers in the wild are much stronger.
A group of teenage vandals in Michigan are under arrest tonight. Police have proof of their crime spree.
Oh, that's nice.
That's because the kids videotaped themselves. That's right. They recorded their buddies smashing 30 mailboxes with baseball bats. They threw some bricks at cars, too. Teens are 16, 17 years old. They did confess to the crimes.
An Omaha grandmother is walking downtown streets after dark on a life-saving mission. Tomorrow at 10, meet the woman known simply as Ellie. She's earning the trust and admiration of people in a troubled neighborhood by preaching a message of safe sex.
So if I can save just one life with the efforts I'm doing, it will be worth it.
Health Watch investigator Margaret Booman tells us more about this woman's personal battle to prevent the spread of AIDS. The story Thursday at 10 on KETV NewsWatch 7. Now let's check in with Bill.
Another look at Super Doppler 7 radar, although now it's not showing us where it's raining at this time. It's where it did rain. Those colors represent the amount of rain that came down. These yellow areas around West Point to Tacoma, 1 to 2 inches of rain, and then these orange and reds, 3 to as much as 5 inches of rain. And when a local spot here, town of Lakeview, had 8 inches of rain, and all that rain is coming down some of these rivers, which are a lot higher now across west central Iowa. Any more rain on the way? Find out next.
It's spring when bargain shoppers hit the streets for the world's greatest garage sale at Nebraska Furniture Mart. Save up to 73% off suggested retail on floor samples and specially marked closeouts. Plus, pay just 12% over dealer cost on most appliances and electronics. This Hot Point by GE side-by-side is just $688. Get garage sale bargains in every department. Plus, pay just 12% over dealer cost on most appliances and electronics only at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
When you choose Thermal Services, you're backed by the best trained, most experienced technicians in the industry. The best in preventative maintenance on any type of heating and air conditioning system. The best response time in the metro for emergency service. And the best heating and air conditioning products from Lennox with the best guarantee in the business. When you choose Thermal Services, you're backed by the best.
NewsWatch 7 weather is sponsored by Jim R. Chrysler Jeep.
If you needed money to make money, how soon could you get it? It's 7 a.m. Is your money where you want it to be? Is there a smarter way to get where you're going? Banks were the first stage. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
From the Super Doppler Storm Center, Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby with more complete weather coverage.
Kind of a breather in the action today. It was cloudy and cool. We had some rain off and on, but it was mostly light and certainly no severe weather. Tomorrow, probably not much severe weather. There could be some, but maybe some heavy rain. 54 at 7:30, 58 noontime, 64. That's it for the high. But particularly into the afternoon, thunderstorms which could cause heavy rain. Cool today, stormy weather. That's the big weather story, as it was last night. Take you out to Glenville, Minnesota. This is extreme southern Minnesota, just south of Albert Lee, just north of the Iowa state line, in a unbelievable looking tornado. You see the wall cloud, which is that lighter shade that we're seeing, the back edge of the cloud, and then of course the funnel protruding from that. Wall cloud doesn't always look like a flat line or anything. It's just a lowered cloud base, and that's what you've seen there. And unfortunately, some damage there in the area around Glenville, Minnesota. Here in the metro, this is Super Doppler 7 radar, still showing a few scattered showers, a little thunderstorm I mentioned heading toward Villisca. Let me just real quick show you the movement on those. They are moving basically off to the north, and you can see this over the last 30 minutes. Precipitation slowly heading north, so we'll get back into some sprinkles and showers in the metro. Temperatures today, now the official high for the day was 67. That was just past midnight last night, early this morning, but the daytime high was actually only 64. 56 right now, a few sprinkles and showers around, north breeze at 10, dew points at 46, so it's comfortable. Here's the rain totals that we had generally around the metro, just a quarter of an inch, but of course you saw the heavier amounts of rain off to our north. Temperatures 56 in Omaha, 59 the Bluffs, 55 degrees in Bellevue. These are the daytime highs. Look at Falls City was 74 and Creston was 71 today. You can see the moisture again spreading up from the south. And look at the snow coming down in eastern Wyoming. Cheyenne getting blitzed. Denver will pick up some snow tomorrow. Cold temperatures too. That's what our storm predictor is showing at 11 o'clock. And watch the moisture increase from the south. So we'll have some rain by the daybreak, and then pretty good band of thunderstorms moves across the area according to our storm predictor by 5 o'clock, even though we are in the cooler air. Kansas City warmer tomorrow. Forecast tonight 52 for the low, a few sprinkles and showers. The storms coming in well after midnight, closer to the morning. We'll have a period or two of thunderstorms that could put down heavy rainfall tomorrow. And unfortunately, the rain will continue into Friday morning before perhaps tapering and a little bit of sun late day Friday. On our 7-day, we think Saturday could start off okay too, but then cloud over with a chance of strong thunderstorms. Where have we heard that before? And also into Saturday night and tapering off on Sunday. Then a little quieter weather into next week. Just a slight chance of a sprinkle Monday or Tuesday. Probably should have left them off the 7-day. We're probably tired of rain at that point. Yeah.
The cooler stuff feels good.
It does feel nice, getting a break in the air conditioner too.
Thanks, Bill. The U.S. House of Representatives has passed a bill that lets Americans save more retirement money in IRAs and 401k plans. The bill now goes to the Senate, where nearly identical legislation died last year. Mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow lost ground, off 21 points on the session, but the NASDAQ gained more than 52 points.
Betting on greyhounds has dropped dramatically at Bluffs Run in Council Bluffs. Wagering at the dog track is down 92% from when it opened 15 years ago. The folks who run Bluffs Run say more gamblers are playing the casino slot machines instead. One thing that's up, the amount of prize money that's awarded. That's jumped 300% in 5 years.
Champions are crowned at the Metro Conference track and field meet. John Schutz is live in the Newsplex with that.
Rob, it's the second and final day of the competition at Burke Stadium, and when we return, the team titles go right down to the wire. We'll have the highlights next. And Marion continues its crusade towards soccer domination. More complete coverage. This is KETV NewsWatch 7 at 10.
Need a car because your last one was swallowed up by a giant pothole? Oh, it can happen. So climb out and head over to Paul Gerber Auto Sales. Paul has the car, truck, or van you want, and there's no potholes on this lot. At Paul Gerber Auto Sales, Paul takes the bumps out of car buying. Bumps out of buying? You with me? Well, I thought it was funny. Paul Gerber Auto Sales, 2 locations, 72nd north of Maple and 46th and L.
He started with just 2 people and built his business into one of America's largest title agencies. For 30 years, he's been giving back to his community as a leader and volunteer. Now he'll put his practical business experience cutting waste, meeting payrolls, and streamlining budgets to work for Omaha, reducing crime and reining in city spending. Experience, commitment, leadership. Mike Fahey, Mayor.
Ranger's been the best-selling compact pickup for 13 straight years. And your Midwest Ford dealers are celebrating with Speed Stakes. Super Cab has room for 4, a powerful 4-liter V6 and dual airbags. And during Speed Stakes, get Ranger Super Cab with $2,000 cash back or low 0-9 financing. And Speed Stakes can even put you trackside, with 300 pairs of tickets to the July IRL and Craftsman Truck races at Kansas Speedway up for grabs. Get to your Midwest Ford dealer, the only place to buy the official truck of Kansas Speedway.
You make a lot of choices every day. Some important, some not so much. But one everyday choice matters a whole lot to Nebraska. The gasoline you choose. Because E10 Unleaded is about helping ourselves, our environment, our future. You make a choice every time you fill up. Make the right choice for Nebraska.
E10, unleaded with ethanol. Let's get with it, Nebraska.
NewsWatch 7 Sports is sponsored by Pizza Hut.
Carrier cares about the environment. Our cooling systems that use Puron refrigerant won't harm the Earth's ozone layer, and they're our most reliable ever, because we only have one world, and they only have one future.
Now, get special preseason prices, plus Carrier rebates of up to $300 on qualifying Carrier equipment. For details, call Wichita Heating and Cooling, or call D&H Service. Call Wichita or D&H today.
Carrier, air made perfect.
More complete coverage with John Schutz. This is KETV NewsWatch 7 Sports.
The Benson boys and the Burke girls are the champions of the Metro Conference track and field meet. The final day is a wet one at Burke Stadium. And we pick up the action in the girls' 3,200-meter relay. Omaha Burke wins in a time of 9 minutes, 50 seconds. And that gave Burke the lead, and they would never give it up on their way to the championship. The boys' 3,200-meter relay is won by the eventual champions, too. Benson's Jack Lemke anchors the Bunnies' winning effort in 8:15.60. The boys' 300-meter hurdle finals, Jared Harmson of Papillion La Vista wins in 39.6 seconds. He also won the 100-meter hurdles. And another double gold winner is Papillion La Vista's Brianna Kellogg. She takes the 200 in 25.8 and the 100 meters earlier. Best finish of the day comes in the boys' 200 meters. John Davis of Papio edges Millard North's Mike McLaughlin at the tape. Both ran in 22.3, but Davis gets the gold. The road to the state soccer championship begins tomorrow, and the team to watch in Class A is Marion. The Crusaders are dominating opponents. They're a perfect 17-0 on the season and seeking a fourth straight state title. Plus, Marion is ranked fourth in the nation. But the most unbelievable part of this year's success is this. The Crusaders have not allowed a single goal. Despite all the accolades, Marion takes it all in stride.
This team's used to pressure. All my Marion teams are expected to win, so the pressure's not much different, really. Pressure's in your head. It's not on the field, so.
Play Central this week, and we can't take it lightly. I think a lot of us have kind of been slacking off lately at practices, but I think just like yesterday and today is going to be cutting back, and we're really starting to work harder now.
Now, if Marion can record another shutout, it will tie a national record. The Crusaders get that shot tomorrow afternoon against Omaha Central. 17 horses are set to race in Saturday's 127th running of the Kentucky Derby. The favorite will be on the outside looking in. Point Given will be in the outside post when he tries to give trainer Bob Baffert a third Kentucky Derby victory in 5 years. The winner of the Santa Anita Derby will start from the number 17 post. He was made the 9-5 favorite Wednesday, while Baffert's second starter, Wood Memorial winner Congaree, was made the second choice at 5-1. Stretch runner Dollar Bill, owned by Omaha's Gary and Mary West, is listed at 10-1 and will start from the number 10 post. The Omaha Golden Spikes game against Oklahoma was rained out this afternoon. The Spikes and Red Hawks will play a doubleheader tomorrow at Rosenblatt Stadium beginning at 5:30. Game 5, NHL playoffs. Buffalo at Pittsburgh, tied at 1s in the second period. Sabres shorthanded, and check out the passing. Curtis Brown ends up with it and scores. Buffalo up 2-1. It's 3-2 Sabres. Puck out front. The shot's blocked by Vladimir Siplikov. But he follows. Thank you, Rob. And punches it in. Sabres beat the Penguins 5-2. And even the series at 2s. Series shifts to Buffalo, but the home team has yet to win a game. Thank you for the Gesundheit there. Most people heard that.
Thanks, John. Well, it's been a pretty wet day around the Metro.
Will things dry out by the time the weekend rolls around? Let's check back in with Phil.
Doesn't look like it. A lot of rain on the way because of the moisture coming up from the south over Kansas. One more look across the Midwest here tonight. You can see what's happening. This is that moisture that we're going to see. I'll give you another look at that snow that's occurring out there around Denver and Cheyenne and Wyoming. More of that on the way as we go into tomorrow. We'll double check the 7-day forecast right after this.
Elisa Ilana, for jewelry as unique as she is. Custom and one-of-a-kind designs in sterling silver, Peruvian blue opals, mother's bracelets, bridal jewelry, pearls, and other semi-precious stones. Elisa Ilana, main level, West Roads. Golden Corral and Douglas Theaters are teaming up to give your family a chance to win a night out together. 5 lucky families will each win dinner for 4 at Golden Corral and 4 passes to the new Touchstone Pictures movie Pearl Harbor, opening May 25th. No purchase necessary. Just stop by a participating area Golden Corral and pick up an official entry form before May 13th. Visit theomahachannel.com for a complete list of rules. Golden Corral and Douglas Theater, bringing families together for family-style summer fun.
Hal Daub has led Omaha through an exciting period of economic progress. His opponent voted against the original riverfront plan and calls the new convention center a gamble. Hal Daub has lowered city property taxes 6 straight years. His opponent supports programs that will cost millions in tax dollars without a plan to pay for them. Hal Daub favors starting the expressway at 114th and Dodge now. His opponent says no. Leadership is not a position. Leadership is taking action. Re-elect Mayor Hal Daub.
F-150 is the official truck of NASCAR. That's why your Midwest Ford dealers are holding speed stakes. Check out F-150, the only complete line of 4-door cabs with available Triton V8. And for a limited time, get a speed-equipped F-150 with $500 cash back plus low 3.9 financing. And speed stakes can even put you trackside with 300 pairs of tickets to the July IRL and Craftsman truck races at Kansas Speedway up for grabs. Get to your Midwest Ford dealer today, the only place to buy the official truck of Kansas Speedway.
Everyone is smiling, cause they're winning at Harvey's. The party's at Harvey's. We'll get away today. Come on! You've got to play at Harvey's. The party's at Harvey's. Ole, ole, come on, let's play at Harvey's. The party's at Harvey's. It's a party, the party's at Harvey's. Harvey's! The party, the party's at Harvey's.
Okay, time now for a sweet treat.
This is not just any treat. We're talking chocolate here. The Swiss had a great idea. Chocolate-scented postage stamps. They smell like chocolate, and they look like it too. They're calorie-free, and they thought about making them taste like chocolate, but they decided people would then lick off all the adhesive. The post office expects people to collect them and not actually use them.
It smelled like chocolate. People would be chasing the postman down the street. Yay!
Here's another reason for the dog to chase after the postman, though the dog shouldn't be eating that chocolate, I know, but
that's right.
They'll try anything once or twice or whatever. Here's the 7-day one more time. After we show you the radar, which I've told our directors, hey, can we see the radar first? Yeah, look, Super Doppler 7 radar is showing some light showers. No severe weather out there, though, now, and it looks like tonight will be free from severe weather. Here's that 7-day. Tomorrow, 64 degrees for the high temperature, rain and thunderstorms. Could be some hail from a few of the thunderstorms, though we're looking at mainly a heavy rainfall threat and off and on wet weather right on through the weekend.
Thanks, Bill.
You bet.
That wraps up this edition of Newswatch 7 at 10. Thanks for joining us.
Nightline is next. Good night.
Closed captioning of Newswatch 7 is sponsored by Quest.